Hi everyone, it's Domenica. Thanksgiving is almost here and I have decided to provide another recipe that you could possibly use that you might not have thought of. I know Brussels sprouts, which is usually very popular at this time, and a lot of people roast them. I am not one of those people who love Brussels sprouts. In fact, I do not like roasted Brussels sprouts. I don't like them with bacon. I'm really not that person. However, I do eat them raw, and that is how I prefer it. So you do find the individual Brussels sprouts. However, this time of year you can also find the Brussels sprout stalk, which is what I decided to do since I can snap them off and prepare them. Sometimes when the stem end gets a little bit brown, it's kind of a turn off for me too. I don't know why. I love my vegetables, but Brussels sprouts are the one thing that I just can't really get accustomed to like. But this is one way that I do really like it, and I can't take full credit for it. The recipe is what I gathered from when I had this dish before. A local restaurant has a really popular salad on their menu, and it is a shaved Brussels sprout salad. So I'm gonna do my best to replicate it. I'm not saying it's exactly how they make it because it's not, but it's close. So I've washed the Brussels sprouts, and you can do this either two ways. After they're clean, you can either pull the leaves off and just use the leaves, or you can slice them thinly. I'm going to be slicing them thinly. If some of the leaves just fall in the process, that's fine. Just toss them all together. I'm also going to be using some spinach, only because I had some in the fridge, so there's really not much that I can do with that, and I'm using it more for color than for flavor. I will be slicing it thinly, as well as a wedge of iceberg lettuce, same thing, slice it thin, and some celery, sliced thin. And then I'm going to be adding some smoked almonds. These are salted, which are kind of addictive, but I'm going to be adding that as well as a mix of dried fruit. So the fruit that I'm using is dried blueberry, cranberry, and cherry. And I will be shaving some Manchego cheese in the salad. Manchego is really delicious, pairs well with fruit. I really like it just as a snack or like with an apple. It's really, really delicious. And then for the dressing, if you have champagne vinegar, you can use it. I'm going to be using a mix of Prosecco wine vinegar, which is what I was able to find in the store, but I'm also going to mix it with some orange Muscat champagne vinegar, and that will give it a bit of a citrus flavor. And this time I'm going to be using walnut oil. If you don't have walnut oil, you could use olive oil, but walnut oil will give it a really nice flavor. So I'm basically going to do all my slicing and chopping right now and basically combine all of the ingredients aside from the dressing into a bowl. Okay, so I have everything chopped up in a generous serving bowl, and I'm gonna toss it gently, just very gently. So I'm just gonna kind of scoop under, and hopefully I don't like lose things, but or if you have tongs, you can use that as well. I should have used a bigger bowl, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, so in this bowl I've got everything chopped up and tossed gently together. So I'm going to add my almonds. I have about a cup of almonds, and then all the fruit. Okay, and then I'm gonna make my dressing. So I'm going to put in my walnut oil and my vinegars. Don't mind the festive music in the background. It's not me. So as I mentioned, I'm using both vinegars. You don't have to mix vinegars, and like I said, if you have champagne vinegar, that'll work. If you don't have any of these that I've mentioned, then just use plain white wine vinegar. I need a minute here. So I've gone ahead and made the dressing. I have mixed my walnut oil and the 2 vinegars along with about a teaspoon of mustard and some salt and pepper. Just kind of, the mustard helps with the emulsification of the dressing. So I have this all stirred up. I am going to be pouring most of it. I'm kind of gonna see how that goes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and toss this. Again, try to be a little gentle. It may also depend on the size of your dish. Or you can use your hands as well. So now that this is tossed really well, you can go ahead and add your cheese and then mix it again. But you know, if this was a holiday, I would definitely clean up the perimeter or the sides of my dish like so. And then I would take my cheese, and using a vegetable peeler, I would basically just do this over the top. You can even, like, if you wanted to get a bigger shave, maybe put this in the freezer briefly, and it will help when you're shredding. And you could put as much or as little cheese as you'd like. It is really good. I'm not going to use this whole block, but you know, I do want to make sure that there is a bit of cheese in here. And then you can go ahead and serve this. If you made this salad ahead of time, it would be fine. And just really delicious anyways. Or if you wanted to stick it in the fridge, you could do that. And here is the final dish. This is really delicious. And you don't have to do it just for Thanksgiving, of course. It makes a really great lunch salad. If you wanted to have some chicken on the side or some other type of protein, you can. But, and if it sits for a while, that's fine. The dressing will wilt it down a little bit, so it's not gonna look like a humongous amount, but this is a really generous serving dish and you can feed a lot of people. Thank you so much for watching. This is how I like to eat Brussels sprouts. So if you'd like to give it a try, I will have a recipe put together for you down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.